Curtis Calhoun here with MMA News, and right now I'm joined by Thad Jean, who's getting ready to fight on the PFL Challenger Series. Thad, how's it going?
I'm fine. And yourself? How are you today?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks again for the time. Really do appreciate it. Let's get right into it, man. Just kind of talk to me about what these past few weeks have been like for you, and what was your reaction when you first got this opportunity on the PFL Challenger Series?
The past few weeks I've been pretty busy with, just uh, prepping for this fight. Going into a bigger promotion like this, there's a bit more interviews, there's a bit more media things, I should say. There's a bit more media things than there would be when you're in like one of the minor leagues, like that I have been in, like LFA or Combate or anything like that. So it's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool, like this little shift and change and everything that's been going on. It's nothing that's changed with training other than a little bit more strength and conditioning that we've added into the game. But other than that, it's been an awesome opportunity. It's exciting. It's exciting that I got a chance, well, that I have this chance to show the world that I'm here and I'm Silverback, that I'm here to stay in. I'm excited I get to do it on the PFL stage.
Was the PFL Challenger Series kind of always on your radar in terms of a potential opportunity? Did you have other offers from other organizations? How did this all come about?
Yeah. There was It was always on the radar because you always want to go for one of the when you're looking at the big leagues, you're always looking at the big major ones that, in my case, of course I want to be a world champion, but you also want to make money in this, and being able to make make $1 million within 1 year fighting is crazy. You're not making that in the UFC at all. You're not going to make that in the UFC for the first 5 years, I should say. So being able to make it in your first year or your second year and your third year continuously as you resign with the PFL is just a great opportunity. And again, you're not going against no names. There's really big names in the PFL as well. So it's really a great opportunity to sharpen my skills as a fighter, to show my dominance as a fighter, and to also get paid a lot of money as a fighter.
I was about to ask about that. Looking at the PFL from kind of an outsider perspective, what was your impression of the PFL? Obviously, they have a lot of big names, but also developing a lot of talent like yourself as well. I guess kind of give us your thoughts on how the PFL has looked the last couple of years.
It's great. PFL has great fighters, I should say, not has had great fighters, but has great fighters as well. They're also bringing, I feel like they're bringing in now, like it's starting to, like, as the past season, like the last season to now, they're starting to incorporate a little bit more newer, fresher fighters to build them up into becoming the next PFL stars, next superstars as fighters in this fight game. So it's pretty cool that they're giving people these opportunities to do this, and they're not just like waiting for you to be all, they're not waiting for, no offense to the guys with the more the higher built up records, but how long are they going to be in the fight game? How long can they put on a show for the audience, comparison to guys like me or someone else who's 4-0, who's a good prospect, who's a good fighter, but also has a lot more years to put in the game. So I think it's a smart investment on the PFL side.
And when you're looking at your opponent, Eric Alequin is obviously a tough guy. Recently won the vacant Cage Fury FC welterweight title. I guess, what do you feel like about this fight from a style perspective, and what kind of performance are you looking to put on?
Again, I'm looking to put on a dominant performance, a dominant performance. Of course, no, I'm not gonna underestimate him at all. I'm never going to go into a fight underestimating my opponent. That's how you get shut up quickly. And I'm not going to let something happen. Anything can happen in this fight game. But again, I want it to be a dominant performance so that people understand that even though I may be just 4-0 and my opponent can have a higher record than me, and he also could be undefeated, it means nothing once you get into the cage and you're locked up. Those gates lock up behind you, and you're going against that guy. You're going against me. You're going against Silverback. You're going against a gorilla that's going to pound on you, and who's going to be unrelenting. You want to take it to the ground? Okay, cool. I can take it to the ground too. You want to stand up? Okay, I'm going to stand up with you too. I have the dog in me that's going to keep pushing forward. And even if you push me back, I'm going to hit you while I'm being moved back too. So it's not like you're just going to push me back and I'm not going to let you taste something. It's going to be constant pressure. And that, looking into this fight, like I said, I want it to be a dominant victory, first and second round, TKO to knockout.
And then your last fight in Combate was actually the first time in your career that you went the full distance in a fight. You've obviously picked up finishes in every other win that you've had. I want to ask you, like, do you feel like being able to show that you can go the full distance in fights and being able to show off your cardio was the perfect challenge you needed heading into an opportunity like this in the PFL?
Exactly. It was the best. It was perfect because it is a great opportunity for others fans seeing that, okay, I can go the distance. So it doesn't matter if that goes the distance, he can still push it. But for myself, that built a lot more confidence in me, let me know that I do have the gas tank, that I can go the distance if need to be, and I can still keep the pressure going. I can still keep going. My cardio isn't bad. My cardio is up there. My cardio can continue to push it when I need it to push it, even if I don't finish it the first or second round. So that's pretty good. And I love that I had the opportunity with a good fighter. My last opponent, I forget his name now, but he was a really good opponent. He was a good prospect.
Absolutely, man. And I want to get your thoughts a little bit on the PFL format. It's a little bit different, right? You have a season, you have a postseason, quick turnarounds in between fights. As a guy that likes to stay active, how much of a benefit is that for you in terms of you get this PFL contract, you get this win, and you don't have to wait for very long in terms of your next fight.
It's awesome because as fighters, our whole job is to stay ready to fight. Stay ready for a call to fight. And with this new format, we don't have to be anxious about when that call will come because the fight is going to be coming. The fight is around the corner. All we have to do is what we've been doing and staying ready for that fight that's going to be coming. And it's not going to be a fight that's in 5-6 months. I'm not going to be out of the cage losing my experience for such a long time. It's going to be consistent, and I'm going to be getting sharp, and I am going to be beaten down on the metal as I'm inside the cage, becoming more and more of a great fighter. So it's awesome that they're more frequent, they're more consistent with the fights that are coming out. It's awesome.
No doubt about it, man. And tell me a little bit about yourself in terms of how you first got into MMA. Obviously, you've had a young career, but I think one thing that's really stood out about you is your passion about fighting, right? It's not just a career for you. It's really just a passion as well. So, I mean, how did you first get into MMA, and how did you decide that this was the path you wanted to go on?
First, I played football, but I had an injury in football that I couldn't continue doing the sport. But through MMA, I was able to work around the injury, and I don't feel it anymore. So I was like, wow, But before I got into MMA, it was a bunch of praying and a bunch of self-isolation, and praying to God. I'm like, what am I to do? What am I going to do? And you know what? Randomly, it was crazy. It's super random that one of my brother's friends out of nowhere told me about this place that he used to go to train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And as he trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he told me all these things. And as we rolled a little bit because I wanted to know what he was talking about. Again, like I said, the injury that I sustained in football didn't bother me at all. So I asked him where this place was, and it was right around the corner from my house. Again, all these coincidences, I wouldn't say coincidence, I would say signs, and paths put in front of me all were placed perfectly at the right time. And as I went to the place, I did some jiu-jitsu, and you could say a wandering master came by. His name was Daniel, and he was traveling, and he stayed for 6 months he wanted to find a jiu-jitsu then, but he actually also did Muay Thai. He was a Muay Thai coach who also learned Muay Thai, and he saw me and he picked me up, and he was like, okay, let's train Muay Thai as we're also doing jiu-jitsu here as well. So again, like I said, like things like that don't happen randomly. So, all these things are perfectly placed as I was starting this new journey in my life. And the first 6 months of going hard into it, I got my first amateur Muay Thai match. And once I won that, my mom, my dad, my family, friends screaming my name in the crowd, I was just like, this high and this adrenaline, this is what I want. This is what I need. And, God put it in front of me because, God wants to see what I can do. And I'm going to show God that I'm good enough to fight for him,
Absolutely, man. And kind of talk to me about like what goes through your mind when you're making that walkout, especially just a few fights into your career. I mean, are you just in the zone, or are you reflecting on the camp and what's in front of you? What's kind of going through your mind in those moments?
As I'm walking out, it's a honestly, when I'm walking out, it's like, how should I say? It's
Tough
like a
question,
really
right?
mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's a really mean. It sounds mean, but it's just my way of motivating myself. It's like, the voice in my head is talking to me. Your subconscious is talking to you, and my voice is telling me, "How dare this man take the fight? How dare he say that he can beat you? How dare he even assume that he can beat you? All the hard work that you put in, that you have, the talents that you have, the blessings that you have. This guy still thinks he could take it from you. Go in there and show him that he can't take anything from you." And that's when as soon as I touch the mat and I do my gorilla crawl out there, I'm like marking my territory. This is my territory, and then I'm gonna, at the end of the fight, I show that this was mine.
When you're not training and you're not in the gym and getting ready for a fight, what are some of your hobbies outside of fighting? Are you a big Netflix guy? Do you like to go out? I mean, what are some of your passions outside of the fight game?
I love anime. Anime is my thing. I mean, like, I watch anime all the time. I'm probably watch every anime. Not every anime. Sorry, that's not correct at all. Because I don't really like watching, like, you know animes with too much haram and all that stuff. It's too much. But I do love anime. I watch a lot of anime. I mean, before this, I was watching anime. And
Do you have like a top two or three that you like to watch?
top three, right? Top three all time is One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto. Especially with this new Bleach season that just came out, Blood War. It's going crazy. It is going crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome. Love to hear it, man. And I guess last question for me: what's your message to all the fans back home who are getting ready to watch you fight in the PFL and in the Challenger Series?
Oh, thank you for being interested in me in the first place, and that interest is in misplaced. You're gonna see a dominant performance by your boy, the Silverback, and with that, you're gonna be riding this journey with me the whole way through. And again, through ups, through downs, not gonna be much downs, but through all the ups, we're gonna be at the top very soon. And once we're at the top, we're not gonna let nobody take us off the hill. So let's go. Let's enjoy this journey as we're out there together.
I love it. Well, Thad, it was great to meet you. Great to chat with you. And I'm sure we'll chat again soon, man. Thank you so much for the time. I really do appreciate it.
Awesome. I appreciate it.